Welcome to Computer Science AS levels, and we are on chapter number 12, the last chapter of our syllabus and our paper 2, 9618, component double two. The name of our chapter is software development, and we remember that we discuss about the development of the software via PDLC, Program Development Life Cycle. With the help of program development life cycle, we are going to design our software. But there are some stages in PDLC. Do you remember that stages?
Yes, sir.
Yes. The first one is analysis. The second one is design. Then we have coding. Then we have testing and maintenance. In IGSC computer science, we learn only 4 in software development topic, that is analysis, design, coding, and till testing. But right here, the topic is extended to the topic maintenance. So we discuss about analysis, that analysis is a stage which is the most powerful stage of our development of the program. Why? Because in analysis, we are going to do a lot of research. We are going to perform a lot of things. We are going to make a feasibility study. We have to investigate. We have to fact find the things about our software. And then we are able to produce a report that how do we make a program? What are the things we need in our program? And what will be the output of our program? Then we use a design phase. Design phase basically connected with the analysis stage. When we are going to design our program, we come to know that what will be our program look like? What are the things missing? What are the things remaining? So design totally depend on analysis. And with the help of design stage, we come to know that how our program will look like. Then the most important topic is the coding. This is the most important stage. In coding, we have to write the program. We have to type the program. But for that, we need a suitable programming language. Maybe use Java, maybe use Python, and there are millions of programming languages. You're not bound to use Python or Java or VB. But yes, these programming languages are commonly used for developing the program. So nowadays, many people feel very comfortable on Python. So that is the reason we are recommending people to use Python to make your programming easy. After analysis, after designing, after coding of your program, now your program is ready. Because after the coding, I think that's the thing we are looking for, to code the program. Now, the most important thing after the coding, once our code is ready, so we need to check whether our code works correctly or incorrectly. So we need to check our coding in both ways. Either it is working correct or incorrect. So for this reason, we are going to test our program. It is a very common practice. Like if we are going to buy anything from the market, what is the first thing you do? You always test the thing. Why? Because you wanted to check either it is working or not. Like a mobile phone, if you're going to buy a mobile phone, the main thing, you're going to check the mobile phone properly. That checking is called testing. So while you're going to create a coding, we need to test our coding, either it is working or not. So the program is run many times with different set of test data. Remember this word test data, Aisha?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me how many types of testing are there?
So there's normal test data and also abnormal test data.
Very good, very good. We have different type of testing. So the first one is called normal. The second is called abnormal. The third is called extreme, remember? And the last one is called boundary data. I think now you remember.
Yes, sir.
So in a normal testing, what we have to check, if you are working on a rent a car, look, rent a car. So I'm going to give example from the same. So if you are going to develop a software regarding a rent a car, so in a rent a car, you're going to check or input the normal car names like Suzuki, like Mercedes, like Mitsubishi, Honda. These are the brand. This is a normal testing. You input the normal name. But if you're going to write an incorrect name, like Bata, what is a Bata brand used for? It's a shoe brand.
Yeah.
So I'm going to input the Bata. So definitely my computer gives an error. This thing is called testing. Like the computer should give an error. If computer is not producing any error, it means computer program is not working properly. That is the reason we are going to input the wrong information. So what we want an error message, right? Okay, so extreme. Let's suppose in an extreme, we are looking for a car of 2024 model, right? But if I'm going to write in a car model 2050, what do you think? This is wrong because we have to search the cars in my rent a car from 2020 till 2024, right? So if I'm going to write 2050, the computer produces an error. And in boundary data, the computer will accept the data from 2020 till 2024. This type of testing of data is called boundary data. Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
So it does everything it is supposed to do in a way set out in the program design. So we have to design a program errors. We have to give conditions. We have to set everything. So after that, our computer program would able to work. Okay, next is maintenance, most important step. What is most important? Any idea?
Sir, to ensure it keeps running smoothly.
Exactly, very good answer. Okay, in our practical life, we deal with many things, with many equipment. Like in your room, there must be a cupboard which is not maintained and it's broken from somewhere. Many things, books are not maintained. They got a lot of dust. Many things in our home are not maintained, and once you're going to use them, they do malfunction. Why? Because you didn't keep the things safe. You didn't keep the things up to date. You didn't keep the things clean, right? If you're not using anything, it's okay. It's okay if you're not using anything. But if you leave anything for no reason and that thing is helpless, it's dusty, it is not used by anyone, nobody is going to maintain it, that will be the problem. So the same thing will happen in programming. You have to maintain your programs by adding or deleting some new things. Like Microsoft, why Microsoft survives in the market? Because Microsoft always produces and designs a new softwares every year for Windows. Are you getting it? And Microsoft Office, a document making software, uh, launches his new uh, copy every year, updated version, you can say version. And what does that new version consist of? New things? No, not at all. The new version consists of small tools. Even we didn't use it ever, but they said we maintain it, we update it. The new version is here. So the people keep running behind them and buy the software. This is a trick that you are going to do a small type of maintenance in the program and launch the new software, do the marketing. and the people are going to run after you. So maintenance is very important. Maintenance, the program is maintained throughout its life to ensure it continues to work efficiently. So you are going to do the work efficiently, but you need to maintain your program. You need to update your program. You need to delete something. You need to add something and make your program looks new. So this involves dealing with any problem that arise during use, including correcting any errors that come to light, improving the functionality of the program, or adopting the program to meet new requirements. So you can upgrade your program in any way. Like you are going to remove the errors if there are errors in the program. You are going to improve your functionality, like you are going to use a single click instead of double click. You're going to use some new bars, some new ribbons in your program, and you need to update your program for some general use. So these are the things which keeps your program up to date. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do you have to do? You need to write down about coding, testing, and maintenance. Okay. Write in detail and send me the picture. Now we are going to continue with the topic of the waterfall model. Basically, waterfall model is a sequential description or representation of our program development lifecycle. As you know that there are 5 steps or stages in our PDLC. So the waterfall model is going to explain you our PDLC cycle in a descriptive form or in a pictorial form, you can say. So the linear sequential development cycle is one of the earliest models used, where each stage is completed and signed off before the next stage is begin. So we know that we have first stage is analysis, second stage is design, third is coding, fourth testing, and fifth is maintenance. So the waterfall model is going to describe you that first a user have to finish analysis. Once the user finish the stage of analysis, then he is able to move to the next stage. So if the analysis is incomplete, you cannot jump to the next stage. This is the basic concept of waterfall model, that every stage is started and sign out properly. So the programmer is going to start with the new stage. If the design is completed, then the user have to start with the coding. If coding is done, the programmer have to start with the testing. If testing is done, the maintenance will be start, and you know maintenance is a continuous process. So the model is suitable for smaller projects with a short time scale, for which the requirements are well known and unlikely to change. Yes, it is not for the big applications. It is not for the big projects. Like if you are going to create a big website of many pages, so you cannot go through with the waterfall model. Like, and if you're making a small application app, a small website, a small software, like a minor software, not so extended. Like nowadays, you see there are many taxi companies website like Yango, Careem, Uber. So these are called the small projects. But if you are talking about Microsoft programs, these are the big applications. So we cannot drag that applications into the waterfall model. But the short applications, short programs which are not likely to be updated every time will lie in the waterfall model designing. So it is a very easy method, and it is a good comprehensive method to represent the steps of the program in this way. There's one more thing, rapid application development, called RAD. What is RAD? In RAD, you are going to break your program into teams, like team 1 is here, team 2 is here, and team 3 is here. in every team have to work on a particular content. Like team A works on analysis, team B works on design, team C works on implementation, team 4 or D works on maintenance, in this way. So every team have to work for every stage like this: analysis, then design, then coding, then testing, and then maintenance. So team 1 works on stage 1. So stage 1, they are going to break into these 5 steps. It is completed. Then the team number 2. Team number 2 works on any other stage, and the team number 2 is also going to perform the same task. Same for team 3. Team 3 is also going to apply all the stages. So in this way, you are going to create a very descriptive waterfall model for every stage, and that is called RAD, Rapid Application Development. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Basically, this is purely for the programmers. So the programmers are working on any application on a particular thing, are going to break the program, and it makes the program easier. It makes the program beneficial for the user and for the programmer as well. So we have some advantages or disadvantages of our of our waterfall model. So let's see the benefit first. Easy to manage, understand, and use. Yes, I'm agreed with this point, that with the help of waterfall model, we are going to easily use, manage, or understands our program. So it gives a brief idea about the program. It gives a brief idea about the concept of the program, management of the program. The most important thing is the management. There are millions of software houses working all over the world, but we only know the software houses which are going to produce the best applications, like Microsoft, like Adobe, like 3D Studio Max, like Illustrator. Why don't we know every software house? Because every software house is not going to produce a best product like Microsoft, best products like Apple, best product like Adobe. So these are some peak software houses which produces the best of the best applications for the users. So we know them. So basically they work according to this and they're successful. But the point is, they are not going to make small applications. They are going to make the big applications, big programs. Hundreds of employees are busy in developing the software, in analysis and design, in coding, in testing, and maintenance. So it's a very, very tough job, and they are busy in that. So the waterfall model is a method to make your small programs, minor programs, simplified. They are easy to understand, they're easy to debug. Okay, benefit number 2. Stages do not overlap and are completed one at a time. I told you this thing, that in waterfall model, the basic idea is complete the task before and then move to the next stage. So this gives an idea of a proper programming. So the programmer is not going to skip anything. First, he must complete stage 1, and then he must move to stage number 2. So this is how the things are easy to manage. Number 3, each stage has a specific deliverables. Like you are going to deliver any important step, any important point, any important stage, and it's very easy what you are going to give to your user. So the deliverables are going to be specific, what you are going to produce, what you're going to do, what you're going to draw, what you're going to design. So this thing comes here. in this way. Works well for smaller programs. So I have discussed this same point with you many times because it is used only for the smaller programs, not for the big projects. So where requirements are known and understood. Drawbacks. Difficult to change the requirement at the later stage. Yes, if you completed with the stage 1 and you lock the stage and then you have to move to stage 2, of course you are human. There must be a human error. You forget something. So this is very, very difficult to move back to stage number 1 again. Yes. So you have to be very, very careful. Not suitable for programs where the requirements could be subject to change. Yes, if you are going to make your software and your software is going to be changed every week, every month, with every 2 months, so this will be the big problem for you because you're going to change every stage: analysis, design, coding, testing, and that will be very, very difficult for you. Okay, working program is produced late in the life cycle because you're following the stages and you have to fulfill every stage. So your program, which you want actually to perform something, will be late. So it takes some time. So it's not a big deal. I don't think so it's a drawback. ठीक है भाई, time लेता है. Software takes an year to develop. So it's a big task, man. Not suitable for long, complex projects. So we have already understand this thing that it basically works for the small applications. So if you're working for a complex program, you don't need to go through the waterfall model. Right, guys? So I'm giving you a written task. I'm going to write it down here. Much better. Okay, first you need to write down the waterfall model. And you have to draw this diagram. And then we will do some benefits and drawbacks. First, complete this task.